who is a member of Congress, but who was he actually got his head beat in 1965 as he was trying to fight for voting rights. He's always said, well, you got to get in the way. You got to get in the way. You can't let the system just roll on how it wants to. You got to get in the way. Well, the Occupy movement is the ultimate get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, it is the ultimate we're in the way. Well, what do you want? You go figure out what we want, but our name is Occupy Wall Street or wherever we may happen to be. So go figure it out. Because I was saying, you know, so this is what you're doing to win the middle is the right thing to do. But don't let them keep. You need people to defend the movement. You're going to hear me doing my little part for that. Yes, ma'am.
One other thing I'd like to see, and I think you're absolutely right, that the Occupy movement and the young people who are out there that started that and have done it, they have...
And not so young people.
And not so young, you're right, you're right, absolutely right, they're all ages. But they have focused attention at this point on issues that we haven't talked about or been able to talk about in some time. And I don't want it to be lost. I see this as a moment where great things could happen. And anyway, and the progressives in Congress, you guys could do a great job. One thing I would like to see that I just want to get out there is that I think could be done legislatively or at a governmental level is corporate charters or whatever, corporations have a fiduciary responsibility to shareholders and only shareholders. And I see that as a big part of the problem. And if we could rethink corporations and corporate charters so that they have a fiduciary responsibility to other stakeholders other than just shareholders. And so if you could rewrite, you know, these pull state or charters for corporations and say, in order to have the liability protections we provide, well, you have to be accountable to your shareholders as well as your laborers, the communities you're located within. And to start at that level, while the attention is here, to start talking about issues of reimagining things in a way different than how we've done before. So, because everybody says, well, they're responsible to the shareholders. Right. Well, that's not good enough. They have they have limited liability, so their responsibility needs to be bigger than just their shareholders. Well, it needs to be their communities and their laborers.
Corporations, as we know them today, didn't exist before the 1860s. You know how corporations, as we understand it today, came to be? Because
they got citizen rights.
They got citizen rights.
It's just dumb. God, it makes me so mad.
Well,
you're a thing. Is this a citizen? No, it's the same thing.
Well, the constitutional amendments. You can look it up. The constitutional amendments that were designed to take these slaves and make them citizens were used to make the corporation a citizen.
The cruelest of ironies,
The cruelest of ironies. So look, Caitlin, can you tell folks what you do a little bit?
Yeah, I work as the communications fellow for the caucus, and I spend a lot of time trying to communicate with you folks, a lot of time on social media and Twitter, and trying to get the caucus message, the great work that these guys are doing, out to the people. And I just have to say how excited I was to see, like, regular people here in Congress, just like you want to see, you know, and it's really exciting to see you guys. And I literally, like, just walked around the building, like, being excited to see people on the Hill, like, talking to their Congress people, and then following your Twitter feed, the hashtag 99 in DC. Like seeing all the people in all the offices, it's really exciting.
Because usually, you know who's here? These guys with the $1,500 Armani suits and the monogram shirts, and they're here talking about why it's so important that
they come to you.
I'm
sure.
They come. They supposed. Well, see, some of them know not to waste their time here, but many of them are like, look, you're on my list, and we're coming to see you. You know what I mean? And they want to convince people like me to support how, you know, that they're agreed, basically. And well, for example, when I was a state legislator, they're always trying to get us to buy them a stadium. You know what I mean? And I'm against the stadium because I'm for the stadium, but I'm against average people paying for it because I think Ziggy Wolf has enough money to buy his own stadium.
Yeah.
And he's not giving me a piece of the action, nor you.
Just bought a $14 million house.
Yeah.
He
And
did?
let me tell you,
Just
with $14 million,
Huh.
that is the lint in his pockets. He's a billionaire. Isn't $1 billion like 1,000 million?
It's 1,000 million.
It's 1,000 million. So 14 million to him
Yeah.
is nothing.
Nothing.
Huh.
And so, but he still want you to buy him a stadium.